Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that nothing anyone says can hurt you anymore. No insult can shake your confidence, no rejection can destroy your peace, no failure can define your worth. Imagine walking through chaos, while everyone around you is overwhelmed by fear, anger, and anxiety. Yet your mind remains calm. Most people believe mental strength is something you're born with. The Stoics believed the opposite. They believed that anyone could become mentally untouchable, not by changing the world, but by mastering themselves. For more than 2,000 years, Stoic philosophers developed powerful principles that helped emperors, soldiers, and ordinary people remain calm under pressure, fearless in uncertainty, and unbreakable in the face of adversity. Today, those same principles can transform your life. In this video, you'll discover the Stoic secret that makes a person mentally untouchable and how you can begin applying it today. What makes people mentally weak? Most people don't suffer because life is difficult. They suffer because they give away control of their own minds. A single negative comment can ruin their entire day. One rejection makes them question their worth. One mistake convinces them they're not good enough. They become trapped in an endless cycle of seeking approval, fearing judgment, and comparing themselves to everyone around them. Without realizing it, they hand the keys to their happiness to other people, and once someone else controls your emotions, they also control your peace. This is what the Stoics considered the greatest form of weakness. Not physical weakness, not lack of intelligence, but the inability to govern your own mind. Think about it for a moment. How many times have you allowed someone else's opinion to decide how you feel about yourself? How often have you replayed a single criticism over and over in your mind while completely ignoring the dozens of compliments you received? Why does one stranger's opinion sometimes carry more weight than your own? The Stoics believed that this happens because we confuse external events with internal control. We believe other people have the power to make us angry, anxious, embarrassed, or afraid. But according to Stoic philosophy, that power was never theirs. We simply gave it away. And the moment you realize that, you can begin taking it back. Before we go any further, it's worth asking one important question. What exactly is Stoicism? Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending that pain doesn't exist. It is a philosophy of inner strength, developed more than 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece. It was founded by a philosopher named Zeno of Citium, who believed that true happiness does not come from wealth, status, or the approval of others. Instead, it comes from mastering your own mind. Later, this philosophy was refined by some of history's greatest thinkers. Epictetus, who was born into slavery, taught that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. Seneca, a Roman statesman and writer, reminded us that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And perhaps the most famous Stoic of all, Marcus Aurelius, ruled the Roman Empire while facing wars, disease, and personal tragedy. Yet despite carrying the weight of an empire on his shoulders, he wrote timeless reflections, reminding himself that peace always begins within. Their words have survived for nearly 2,000 years because human nature has never really changed. People still fear rejection. They still seek approval. They still worry about things beyond their control. And that is exactly why Stoicism remains just as powerful today as it was in ancient Rome. The Stoics believed that true freedom begins the moment you stop trying to control the world and start mastering yourself. At the heart of Stoicism lies one timeless principle. There are things you can control, and there are things you cannot. You can control your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, your decisions, but you cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control the past. You cannot control every outcome. Most people spend their lives fighting battles they were never meant to win. They argue with reality. They resist change. They waste their energy trying to control the uncontrollable. The Stoics chose a different path. Instead of asking, "How can I control the world?" they asked, "How can I control myself?" And that single shift in perspective changes everything. When you stop depending on external circumstances for your happiness, you become stronger, calmer, more resilient, because your peace no longer belongs to the world. And that is the true meaning of freedom. Knowing these principles is not enough. The real power of Stoicism comes from practicing it every single day. Every morning, before you begin your day, remind yourself that you may face criticism, disappointment, or unexpected obstacles. Instead of fearing them, expect them. Because what is expected can no longer surprise you. When someone insults you, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, improve yourself without anger or self-pity. When life becomes difficult, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead ask, "What can this teach me?" Every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your character. Every setback becomes another lesson in resilience. Over time, these small choices reshape the way you think. They make you calmer under pressure, stronger in adversity, and impossible to break by the opinions of others. That is why Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy. It is a way of living that continues to transform lives, even today. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more timeless lessons from Stoicism, please consider subscribing and joining us on this journey toward a calmer, stronger, and wiser life. Thank you for watching.